Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Arrhenius Against the Inevitable. We're on episode 5, I believe, tonight. Tonight is currently marked as our finale, but we had planned on doing 6 episodes, and then we missed an episode, so we're going to see how tonight goes. If things go longer, we're going to do that 6th episode on June 9th. So let's find out how things go tonight, starting with some introductions. Casper, why don't you start us off? Tell us who you are and who you're playing, and then popcorn it off to whoever you would like to.
Wicked. OCO friends, my name is Casper, the MB Ghost. My pronouns are they, he, and I will be playing Yellow Jacket today, who uses any pronouns because I tend to forget my character's pronouns, and they are the resident pack mule. Anything yellow belongs to them. And that's just how it is. I'm gonna popcorn it over to Bluu.
Hello, my name is Bluu. My pronouns are they, them. I'm known in the internet streets as King B, and I'm playing Aurora, who is truly just trying to make it to the destination in one piece, and everybody stand alive. That's it. That's where their heads at right now.
Perfect. Who do you want to send it off to?
I'm gonna send it off to Kay.
All right. Hi. Thanks. I'm Kay, or Caden Cosmos. I do like other streams, do acting and stuff. I'm playing Shan, who is a large green, not in charge Shimbo, I guess. And she is. I hope we have another episode because she has yet to impress Winona, which has been the only goal so far. And Bruno, without even trying, got some praise. So we got to make it happen this time. We'll see. I'm gonna pass it to Ed, please.
Hey, my name is Ed. I'm playing Bruno, the Ekavir Hunter. I'm having so much fun exploring Dungeon Teller's Arrhenius setting and just playing with all these folks. It's been a great time, and I'm looking forward to the exploration we're going to do this evening. Let me kick it over to Miko.
Oh, hi there. My name is Miko, otherwise known as the OKS GM. And yeah, I do a lot of this streaming type stuff. And I tonight will be continuing to play What? That's all. And wait, and now there's only one person left, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So
Bree, you're up.
Hi.
I was sitting.
I'm
I was like, wait, nope. They went. Nope. They went. Nope. Oh, there we go. Okay.
It's me, Bree. I use she, they pronouns. Winona also uses she, they pronouns. I'm happy to be here. Winona is very distressed to be here. And if she has anything to say about it, we will avoid a third encounter. We've avoided 2 so far. Let's keep this train going. Let's continue to avoid these encounters.
I feel like that's a challenge for this evening. Excellent.
Why?
What I was like, why are we not following the objective? Let's follow the objective.
I love how there's like at least 3 of you that built
yeah.
your characters for combat, and Winona's just like, let's go this way.
Like, Winona's like, why are we in this train with blood in it? That's weird. Let's leave. Anyways, that's it. That's all I have to say.
Love it. So yeah, real quick, I'm Jeremy, the host here on Wanderer's Haven. You can find me on the socials at WHPubs. Also, we're playing Arrhenius tonight. The links for Arrhenius are in the chat. You can go to itch and pick it up there, or head over to drive-thru at the affiliate link in chat and pick it up there. I ordered my hardcover copy this weekend, so if we have another episode on the 9th of June, I'm hoping I can hold up that book. I'm not sure it'll get here in time, but it would be awesome. What else? Oh yeah, I wanted to also quickly shout out, because I noticed earlier today that Hero Forge is having is having a sale. All of our minis are made using Hero Forge, and you can create your own custom miniature for either ordering as a print or a digital file of them, or even just getting these handy dandy little tokens for digital play. Digital minis are 25% off, and physical prints are 10% off through May 26th. So there's a neat handy dandy little link in chat. Head over there and check that out. Before we get rolling, last week you all were heading to the Subcontinental Express, a series of trains that lead deep underground to speedily move you from one part of the world to the other. What has used this system before? And Yellow Jacket had maybe hopped a train or two, but for the most part, this was kind of a new experience for the most of you. And maybe it wasn't exactly what you expected, as the train station that you went to was mostly abandoned. There was only signs of maybe some foul play. You ended up finding some salty water on a train that arrived, and then just before it headed out, you managed to get off that train. Maybe a sense of foreboding had warned Winona or something that it would be best for your health to avoid whatever the train was speeding towards. And so with that, you ended up finding another train, maybe the one that you were supposed to be on to begin with, and you were heading deeper into the world. Now, while you were doing so, Bruno was looking for some of these offshoot tunnels that they were noticing, some that don't have active trains in them, or they seem to not be part of the actual circuits, like the tram circuits, and sorry, my brain turned off. And mentioning that, What decided to kind of access that information. What, being a technological being, ran into some issues, failed to save, and shut down momentarily. Yellow Jacket rebooted What. However, What, you realize that there's some memory that you can't access, as though it had been firewalled off from your consciousness. Now, Brie, in before the game, you had asked if you could do a check to see if you could figure out what had happened. Do me a science check.
I love this. Let's get that D20 out. 10 plus 15, 25.
Amazing. So there was a difficulty on this. However, even with the difficulty, you made it. And you're kind of looking at the interface that the Yellow Jacket had set up. It seems as though what Yellow Jacket did worked well. And just if being a little haphazard in the connections and everything, it was still like, well done and worked. However, it does appear as though there is some kind of virus or something. It's not rampant. It doesn't seem to be running as a program. It's just firewalled off a block of memory in What's memory storage.
Is it giving the vibe that this is like external? Like this has nothing to do with like what
some kind of like some kind of contact that What had before?
Yes.
It does not seem to be that way. It seems to be external.
So like if I were to like touch something and change something around, would it fix it, or would it be like...
Oh, I see. No, it seems as though this was introduced from an outside source, as though some kind of Wi-Fi, for example.
Not me.
Okay. So Winona would clear her throat and be like, okay, good news. I suppose I should issue you an apology, Yellow Jacket. It seems like your finagling did not break our dear friend here. It looks like there is a Well, what it looks like you have a virus.
Not
Is
me.
there anybody who hates you?
That is a very subjective question.
I mean, you should be able to give a list. It's normally very obvious when people do not like you.
Yellow Jacket's just gonna side eye Winona.
Like,
so
Yellow Jacket-
freaking hard,
like, and then like as an example, Yellow like Winona's like that. You see that face that Yellow Jacket's making? That's like a good sign.
I apologize. I still don't understand the relevance of the question. The issue at hand would have little to do with malice and more to do with opportunity of situation, given the technology that I interfaced with and how it was potentially breached.
How do you know that it?
That wouldn't have much. There would not be much of a factor of hatred.
Why do you think that?
Such a premise. Well, because I never prescribe malice to that which can be explained as incompetence.
You can get sick?
Oh, yeah. Technological beings can suffer a form of illness as biologicals can, if you look at it from different perspectives.
Oh, I fix. Hang on. Yellow Jacket's gonna dig in their pack. It's gonna take him a second. Yeah. It's gonna take him a second. But eventually they're going to pull out this dusty, crusty, disgusting, like brownish bottle. But if you look at it through the light, it shines yellow. One of those kind of bottles that, that has like some sort of liquid inside. You can trust it if you want to, and hands it over to What, be like, here, you fix.
I don't think What can drink that, but even if they can, I would not suggest that they do.
Not for you. For you.
I still fail. I will examine the contents of what was given to me.
It is like it would be old world medicine.
Casper.
Yeah,
Can
basically.
we roll a yes, no, or maybe nice to see if it's
Please.
syrup or poison?
Please. It
Yes.
might, you know what? It might have been both.
Might have been both?
It was once cough syrup, now it's just poison.
Sincerely appreciate the sentiment behind such a gift. However, I will point out that that is intended for biological creatures and not technological creatures, and thus will not have any impact upon me.
What you look at this bottle, you notice that there's a very faint stamp on it, or maybe it was a label at one time, says NyQuil. Back in the day, this was a green liquid. It has just faded over the eons to this yellow gook. You notice a best by date on the bottom. Best by May of 2024. Excellent.
There's a fascinating like subroutine conflict occurring in What's programming about how this could survive that long. But What just shuts that down because there's enough problematic code going on in their mind at the moment. What will simply hand it back and say, thank you. Do sincerely appreciate. And Jeremy, will you allow me to do, or do I even need to do any kind of check to try to understand if the situation is one where I am merely blocked off from those memories, or if it is something that is actively trying to get at other processes?
Sure, yeah, go ahead and do I'm tempted for observation, if you can give me a really great reason. Otherwise, it would be science.
So I feel like in this particular case, so The reason that I am actually thinking observation is because observation is intellect-based, whereas science, ironically enough, is agility-based. And this feels like something that would be a little bit more trying to ascertain rather than solve.
I was thinking if you were looking at code, essentially, you're looking for like things that are out of place and such. So
right, I'm not trying to fix the problem. I'm trying to identify the scope of the problem.
I would.
You good with that?
100% allow that. Yeah.
Okay. So I have plus 16 to that, and I
want
rolled.
to say that in the background, Winona is like talking about how this could still be hatred. Like somebody could still hate you and want to do this to you.
Yellow Jacket is taking the cough syrup, like the cough syrup, and treating it like hand sanitizer because, like, that's what he knows.
It's pungent in this room right now. As Yellow Jacket cracks open the little thing, you hear like the bits that have dried crackle off, and then there's just this like whoo smell. No one has smelled anything like that before.
It clears your sinuses,
right?
And your
it clears what sinuses? What did you get?
In nature.
So I rolled a 19, giving me a total of 35.
Nice. So you're looking at it, and you're essentially doing self-diagnostic. So in your essentially HUD, you can see that there's code, and you're like looking at this code that's been blocked off, and you can recognize it as data, not necessarily a memory, but as data that you have stored from learning facts as opposed to experiences. And you can see that there is code around that is foreign to your system. And it seems like tampering with the code beyond what has happened, like if somebody tries to interfere with the code or delete it, it will delete that memory. However, it doesn't seem to be spreading.
Interesting. Okay. I think given that context, I think what we'll leave it alone for now, and specifically put in, if I would like to try to put an extra layer of firewall around that code.
Sure. So this one I am going to have you do
alerted if it does any kind of, morphing subroutines or anything like that.
I am going to have you do science for this one.
Sure. 23.
Perfect. It's weird because you feel like you succeed fairly well, but then you realize like there's little bits of code that are trying to like scrape up against your code. It's almost like it's reacting. However, you do seem to have contained it.
So as this is going on, we had been, this was prompted by one of those side tunnels, right?
Yeah.
Are we in motion, or
you are?
Like, was that a long ways back?
You are in motion, and that was a long ways in the back. So you haven't stopped, but real quick, do a recall?
Okay. I am better at recall now. I have a plus 17. Oh, good thing. I rolled a 5.
Oh, okay.
So 22.
That's what you get for being
right. Yeah.
Look at this. I got
my
this.
dice like, oh, really? Is that what you think?
I'm pretty sure that happened when you failed the virus roll too. You were like,
right. So, Bruno, what was like accessing certain information about a certain area? What you can kind of recall a block of space, but you can't recall what's in that space as far as like the tunnel map system goes. So do you want to tell Bruno about that? I shouldn't just assume.
What was Ed, what was Bruno's question again?
Bruno's interested in these undocumented areas. But the other thing is, even though Bruno's pretty sure that Yellow Jacket is a genius and has all kinds of amazing stuff in their pack, this place fucking stinks now. And so
Your eyes watering.
between the desire to get some air and the desire to, maybe investigate what might be hidden from us, Bruno's kind of trying to maybe look around and figure out if there's a way to either redirect the train or get off the train and go down one of these hidden pathways.
Sure. So you do see that essentially there's like an interactive map. Not so much interactive. You can kind of like go up to it and make it zoom out and zoom in, and you can touch different locations and little bubbles will pop up and say where those are. That's the interactivity level. It's not so much a train control or anything like that, but going over to it, you can see that you are nearing a stop. So that's going to be the fastest way to get off, is just wait for it to stop at the next. Or you can do what did and go out and break. I guess the fastest way would be to go out and break the train apart, and that would stop it as well. You did see that did cause an issue and redirected this train last time. So depending on what you care about, I'll leave it up to you.
I'm gonna avoid the wanton property damage for now.
There are also other cars if you just want to get out of the smell until you get to the next stop. It's just weird. It's almost like mint, but it's like really pungent mint. What do you all do?
I mean, I feel like train is safer. I do also want to get out of the smell. And I want to see if there's anyone else on the train, honestly.
Sure.
So, yeah, I want to go through the cars, just cash.
Yeah.
If anyone would like to explore.
Aurora follows, puts their like scarf around their nose, and are like, "I'll come with you. This is a bit much."
Yellow Jacket is unaware of anybody being affected by the smell because like it's minty. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Just used to it. It's so refreshing.
Yeah.
Winona also leaves.
Yellow Jacket's like, Mom used to give this to me as baby.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It work. I know sick. What sick?
I was raised on this stuff. I turned out just fine.
It's the Vicks Vapor Rub of this, all right, guys?
That's kind of
Vapor Rub and ginger ale. Let's go.
That's like the thickness of it too. You're just like,
it's notched up to like 80 though.
Yeah.
All right, so exploring the train, you do find other passenger cars, and it's pretty much identical to the first train you on, minus the blood and seawater. You do notice that there are, when you get to the entertainment car, so like where there was like the food bar and such, there is a small technological unit that you pretty quickly realize is not sentient. It's not an Ozit or any kind of pre-Ozit model. It seems to just like react to orders, and so it can like plop down foods that are on the menu and such, but other than that you don't see anyone else on the train.
Is it you say it's similar to the other train except for the blood? Are there like the luggage that's been abandoned as well, or is it
true, no abandoned luggage?
No. Okay, perfect. I don't know, I would like to order some food from this little guy.
Sure. What do you order? What's on the menu that you order?
There's probably some like ancient or like super descendant of a muskrat soup or something. So I'll get that.
Nice. You see the little autonomous unit turn around, goes over. There's like this tube hanging from the ceiling that it reaches up and pulls a lever, and it just like falls out. But it smells wonderful. It's really weird because it looks a little strange. But then it turns around and wheels it up and sits down, and it's hot. You're not really sure if it's like consistently heated or if it just heated like super fast for you. But it smells good.
Looks like it has a gravy consistency and also just look. Yeah, I'll go for it.
Sure.
It can't be worse than what I smelled that Yellow Jacket pulled out, honestly.
Yeah, and that scent is still kind of cloying in your nose just a little bit, but this stew ends up being quite delicious.
Oh, I would recommend this. Do I have to pay? Does it ask for water or anything?
No, actually, it was part of your ticket that you bought.
Cha-ching, okay.
Aurora orders this like, it's kind of like a calamari-esque sandwich, but its tentacles are big and purple and green, and they're like deep fried under like these two like blue buns. Yeah, they were like a burger sort of situation with that.
Nice.
I think Winona orders the equivalent of like a collard greens po' boy, except like the bread is like very like hard and chewy, but it's like more accustomed to what she is used to, because there's a bunch of like different things in there to make it nutritious. And the like greens are not plants, but like these evolved green like seaweed creatures that have been put in the sandwich.
Ironically, Yellow Jacket's eating jerky alone in the
eating something regular.
Love it. Bruno, what's Bruno up to?
I think Bruno's probably come along, and probably just imitating Shan.
Excellent. And what?
I think at the moment, what is very much splitting their attention between their own internal systems and just trying to stay with the group. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't think there's anything other than that they're focusing on.
So it's not long after you all finish your meals. Like, you don't even get to like do that post-meal sit and rest or anything. You hear a chime that announces that the tram will stop within the next minute. And so you all start prepping to leave the tram. Is this correct? Or is Bruno going solo?
This is our stop, right?
I think this is just a stop that Bruno was like, this might be a good place to stop. No? Or what's up?
I think by way of explanation, Bruno's probably pointed to this area on the map and pointed to the area where we saw train tracks, but there's nothing on the map. And he'd explained that there are secrets here, and like the virus that made what sick. It's like a lock or a trap. Find dangerous or valuable things behind locks or traps.
I'm down to do some exploring.
Yellow Jacket heard valuable and perked up immediately.
And maybe yellow.
Yeah.
So
I'm
as
curious about exploring, yeah.
Bree, were you gonna say something?
Well, no. Winona's gonna do it, but she is like very reluctant. She's like, This is derailed, but this adventure is already derailed. So I'm just gonna go with the flow.
So, with all of this conversation, essentially what I want you to do, and this is, it's going to remove some of the difficulty because the previous roll that you had done 2 episodes ago that kind of gave you an idea of where Ammiya might be. I'm going to have anyone who wants to go ahead and make a recall or a sorry, hang on one sec. You can either do a recall or I'll call it observation.
I'll do it for fun. I have a 7, so we'll see.
I got 33.
Amazing.
I got 24 for recall.
Okay.
I got 15 for observation.
Okay. It's weird because like you're used to eating this jerky with the with your hand sanitizer on, but like you got a little in your mouth, and so you're just a little distracted. Bruno, what did you get?
13.
Okay.
I got a 16 observation.
Okay. What did you roll?
No, I think What is purposefully trying to avoid
Sure.
anything memory related for now on this sort of topic. So,
All right. So Aurora, using your data pads from Dr. Penn, you bring up some like ancient, essentially maps of these tunnels, and you notice that there are other conduits that come off of them. Most of them are, for maintenance and such. But you end up going through the area that What has blocked off, and dating way, way, way back. There's actually not like a date on the map itself, and this was printed on paper and then scanned. You see, like blueprints. And one of the blueprints shows a train tunnel, like the one that you would take that goes off and it veers deeper into the world.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the feeling, although it doesn't list a destination, this is probably where you want to go. And Winona, looking at that with Aurora and kind of your own memory of tales that your people have told as far as exploring different areas, you also realize that it is likely that that is the spot.
I think seeing this and feeling that really strong feeling in their gut of like, this is it. Like, this is what we're looking for, briefly makes Aurora think of their parents and the fact that they were explorers who was doing exactly this. And they wonder, like, is this the type of feeling they felt? That excitement, that kind of like thrum of adrenaline. So Aurora kind of lays it out on their device and it says, okay, so this is what I found. I found some really old blueprints. I think this might be where we need to go. It doesn't show us a destination, but I don't have a lot of evidence to back me up, admittedly. This is just me going off of my gut, but I think this is it. I think this is where we should head, guys.
I mean, you have me to back you up, and that's really all the backup you need. So, this is the right place. Winona says with severe confidence that she should not have.
I love her.
Is it?
All right, so go ahead.
Different. It's a different area than where Bruno had wanted to go explore.
So it looks similar as far as how it's it is a series of tunnels that goes off, but it's not the specific one that Bruno was like, I saw one out the train window. However, it is like you will have to hop on another train that will leave. Like looking at the schedule, you can see that there are a couple other connections you have to make to get to where you're going.
So, looks like this is a different offshoot. We could explore that one, unless you have a really good feeling about this one.
I think so. I mean, yeah, we have options. How do you guys feel?
Well, you already know my vote, so
I'm fine with following intuition.
Okay, I think we'll hop on another train.
Okay.
Take a little longer.
All right, so it's going to be Tuora. For anyone who's jumping on the next train, it does come with a free meal.
On that train.
I'm gonna hop the turnstile if I can.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
I don't pay for things.
I'll pay the Wara. It's not a lot. We're good.
As you all get on the next train, you notice that in a car that had passed by, so not the one that you're standing in front of when the door opens, but in a car a little bit further on, you noticed some people were standing in there.
What type of people? What do they?
Yeah. How are they
What do they
dressed?
look like? What are their names? Where are they from?
What's their favorite color?
Age, sex, location.
It's weird. It's yellow, and there's about to be a brawl because there's going to be a lot of fighting over all the yellow.
Okay.
Oh, God.
No, you see some kind of short compared to most of you. Yellow Jacket, as you're kind of like, when you hunch, they're more like your size when you hunch, but if you like kind of pull up, you're a little bit taller. But just covered in fur and have very large owl-like eyes. You notice that they're all carrying large sticks that have what looks like essentially some kind of satchel woven out of fabrics, and they're speaking to each other in languages that none of you speak.
Oh. I have the polyglot perk.
Yeah. Do you speak Grennet?
We never chose a language. We were just like, let's pull it out.
I'm gonna yes, no, maybe if you speak Grennet. Hang on.
Yes.
That is a no and no and I don't know what to do for the and here.
Right? No,
and that sucks.
But they're all kind of talking to each other, and they notice you maybe get on. Their large eyes follow you as you get onto your car, and the doors close and the train starts.
can I get the vibe of them to see if they're just like chilling, minding their business?
Oh, yeah.
Or if they're like they got a problem.
It was very, very obvious body language. They were all just like relaxing, talking with one another. Some of them like
Okay,
watched you get on.
Then everything's dead. Because if we got a problem, that's all I'll say.
Hell yeah. Well, we keep going along our business then.
Okay.
Let's get this done.
All right. As the train, you essentially jump a couple trains. You come to a stop in one that is so far from your home. You're not even, you have a hard time comprehending how far you've traveled, to be honest. And you step out. There is this kind of fragrant smell in the air of chemical air freshener. And this area is just very clean. You can see some people moving around. This is definitely the most like traveled station that you've been in. But Bruno, looking at it and knowing kind of how you were thinking about getting to the other area, you got to like hop off and walk down the tunnel the way you came. In fact,
walk.
I will say, so Bruno, because you were kind of trying to like watch for it, you did clock the tunnel back the way you came from.
Looking around the place, am I reasonably sure that walking down like the actual tunnel is the only option or the best option, or are there any like maintenance doors or things like that look promising?
You don't see any maintenance. You haven't seen any maintenance doors that like lead to other tunnels, but you could absolutely investigate.
I had been kind of turned off from jumping down into the thing after they told me I would die horribly, but then like what completely failed to die horribly, so I'm not sure that the rest of the party knows what the fuck they're talking about. So I think Bruno's probably going to like do a quick look around to see if there's like anyone who's like obviously like spotting him, or if there are any of those glass eyes.
There are some of those glass eyes, yeah.
Is there any way to sort of tell what they're looking at, or do I just need to take my chances?
You know, they're a little unnerving because they just stare, and it's really hard to tell what these glass eyes stare at. Maybe it's you, maybe it's through you. You're not really sure.
They're staring into your soul, Bubba.
Okay.
Like cameras don't. These aren't like moving cameras. They just seem to be like.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they're not like panning back and forth, I'll do my best to be stealthy. But yeah, I want to slip off, sort of down into the tracks.
Sure.
Down towards that tunnel.
You're trying to be sneaky. Why don't we go ahead and do a stealth check for me?
All right, I'm actually okay at that. So despite rolling a 6, that comes out to a 22.
Nice. Is anyone watching Bruno? Is anyone going with Bruno? Is Bruno going off on his own?
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. Is this sneaky from us?
No,
I'll go with Bruno.
I'm not trying to ditch you guys. I'm trying to avoid calling attention to us trying to go somewhere we don't belong.
Oh yeah, I will
okay.
definitely go with Bruno.
Okay.
Hang up, homie. I'll go with you.
Yeah.
If anyone's
sneaking?
not trying to sneak, don't roll a stealth. However, everyone else roll a stealth.
I'm trying to
Sneak it.
sneak.
Sneaky sneak. Let's go. Natural 20 plus 16.
Love it.
I don't know.
I'm gonna use a luck point.
Nice. Yeah. Use them luck points. That's what they're there for.
I'm gonna use all of my luck points because I don't know, y'all.
Damn, how low is your stealth?
I mean, oh, stealth is agility. Never mind. I'm still gonna use all of them just to be safe because I feel like it would be bad. I don't want these weird eyes. You said eyes were staring at us. I was like,
they're cameras.
Yeah. So
No.
Bruno was talking about the cameras.
oh, I thought you meant literal eyes.
Nope.
I was like, why are the eyes made of glass?
Oh fuck.
Remember, it's
We're not
Bruno
city
speak,
folk.
kind of like Yellow Jacket speak.
Mhm.
You just
Okay,
gotta
I'm less
like
stressed
parse
out.
what the actual meaning is.
I'm not gonna use the luck points unless stressed
Okay.
out.
I got a 21, so
Okay.
I guess I get that luck point right back.
You do get it right back.
Yeah.
I'm going to try stealthing with 2 luck points.
'Kay.
Personally, we'll see how this goes. 12 plus
Big money.
14 plus 2, 16.
16K.
I think I'm making it.
Well, I got a 4 plus 13, so
17. Yellow Jacket.
Knew that would happen.
I got a natural 20.
That's right. You got the natural 20.
Plus
What are you
16.
rolling? Are you going? Okay. So the flesh people
Hold on,
hop
wait,
off
wait, wait,
and
wait.
head
Yo.
down the
I thought-
hallway.
I
We're
thought-
not leaving one. We're not leaving
What
one.
in
We're
the-
I
not
thought-
leaving one.
Is everyone going? Because I thought someone else was staying behind. That was my intent, was to make sure that someone else was not staying behind.
I think everyone, because
Alone.
everyone rolled, so I'm assuming.
Well, then what will go along? But unless someone actively tells what to be secretive, because he has no concept of needing to be secretive in this moment.
Sure.
You know what? I
Winona
didn't
would
think to
probably
say
notice you not sneaking and would like pull you down while Winona, and that's why Winona was not sneaking.
Right.
Because Winona's like, hit down, like put your head down, like a mom. Like, put your head down.
So
Sorry, you sounded like an auntie that second.
So Bruno and Yellow Jacket, the two of you
Good
hop
night,
off. You sneak down just fine. You notice that there is like a railing on your right-hand side. The wall's on your left as you're heading down this tunnel. The railing seems to be like a guardrail to keep you from going onto the track once you actually enter into the tunnel from the actual platform area. And you go just fine. Behind you, you hear what sounds like a can kind of get kicked off of the platform and lands on the track. There's like a little spark as this can of like window cleaner explodes from hitting the electrified track, and you do notice like one of those owl-eyed people kind of leans out, blinks at everybody, and then just leans back in, shrugs, and walks away. Do you continue on?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm gonna shake my head, staring at the tin can, just going at it. But yeah, I'm just.
This has happened to Bruno before. There's been times that he's been spotted, but that person had something to live for, and pretended like they didn't see him.
Yeah.
Aurora is following Bruno and Yellow Jacket's whole deal because this is new territory for them, but they are well traveled in Aurora's eyes, so they are just mimicking those two.
Nice. All right, so the group heads down. It's difficult to really measure how far back it was, Bruno, because you were moving so fast on the train, whereas now you're just moving as fast as your slowest member. And so there's, a couple moments where you kind of have to stop and wait for everyone to get back together, and you continue on. So it takes you like the better part of an hour, and then you and there are some of these maintenance tunnels, like these little, much smaller tunnels. They do also have tracks, but it seems like these tracks were not built for full-size trains, almost like there's either are or might have been smaller vehicles that came down and maybe brought things to be added to the trains or whatever, or to work on the tracks. And then you're there. It's just this huge hole in the side of the wall that you're in, obviously made that way. It's not like it was bashed out or anything. It was carved out of the rock itself, and you could see tracks to head that direction. Whereas the tracks that you're walking on had little like lights that kind of lit the way. This tunnel is dark, and the only reason you really noticed it is because it was a much larger black hole in your sight when you passed it earlier.
I go ahead and pull out my flashlight. I have one in my pack.
Do you shine the light down?
Mm-hmm.
It looks very similar to what you've been traveling on as far as the trams go, but doesn't look like it's had any signs of use. You can actually see like debris on the track.
Nothing on the ceiling?
Not seeing anything. Maybe here and there you can see signs of like animal droppings, or like maybe there's some kind of many-legged creature that's like on the ceiling. We won't talk about those. What do you all do?
What about in like So the tracks don't look worn, right? Is that what you were saying, Jer?
So I wouldn't say that they don't look worn, but they look uncared for. So they're not like shiny and new. They're old and unkempt.
Okay. Are there any, like in the debris in the region that we're walking in? Are there any like footsteps or footprints ahead of us?
Make an observation check for me. And who's squeaking? Is that
one of
Angel's
Angel's toys?
Oh.
Yes. Rolling a 1 on my observation. Not doing great.
Look around. You don't see any signs of tracks.
Okay.
There is a moment where you get excited because you do find tracks. They're your tracks.
I think the excitement is the problem. Bruno is convinced that this is the way, this is the secret, this is how we're going to get to Ammiya, and it reminds him of, like going on like a hunt after exciting, sort of the anticipation, actually getting into it. So he's very eager. He's got out his own flashlight. He's looking around, but apparently missing a few things because he's just so excited that he's found a secret and he gets to explore it.
Nice. Does everybody follow Bruno? Go ahead.
Yes, absolutely is following Bruno, but seeing Bruno look around, could I roll like an observation check just to see if I spot anything? Okay. That's a 27 total.
A 27. So it's not right away. It's actually after, if you checked with what, as far as how long has passed, it's probably been almost an hour. It feels close to the time that it took you to walk from the platform to the entrance, but time's really losing meaning down here. Yellow Jacket is pretty okay as far as like keeping track of time underground, but those of you who live on the surface where there's some form of day and night that you've grown accustomed to, it's a little weird. And so as you're all going along, about an hour into it, Aurora just happens to look over and you do notice damage. Not so much in the tracks, but there's damage in some of the walls. And it looks like with the roll you got, it looks like burrowing, as though over time subterranean creatures have begun burrowing through this tunnel. There's like debris that have fallen out from like rock and dirt and such. But with that roll, I will also give you that you've noticed it's starting to get, you don't really have a word for this in the dome or on the surface. It's almost like there's moisture in the air, which is weird. Not like being
humid.
So it's like it's starting to get humid. It's not like being in water. What's that?
No. I get what I'm picking up what you're putting down now. Yeah. Okay.
What do you all do?
Would I recognize the tracks of any of those creatures that you mentioned?
Go ahead and do a recall.
Okay.
A question about the weird moisture in the air, because that's never happened before in this area.
Yeah.
Is it like hot humidity or cold humidity?
Currently, it's cold humidity.
It's cold.
Yeah, because you're pretty far into the ground, and you're not deep enough that the Earth's core is causing like. You're not getting magma heat.
Okay. So I got 11 plus 9.
20.
20, yeah.
I mean, looking at them, they look like holes that something has created. You're not seeing like claw marks or anything like that, so it's really hard to tell.
No claws, no problem.
Yeah, no claws, no teeth.
Yeah, we're fine.
I don't
Have-
know.
A second question would be: have I encountered this kind of humidity before?
No.
No. Okay. Well, that answers that. Uh,
So I think Bruno is finding the way perfectly fine. I'm not concerned. And now Yellow Jack has told me no claws, no problem. I am throwing care to the wind. I am not any stealth checks I will fail. I wholeheartedly believe in my friends.
Just light up a torch, put it in your other arm, hold it up as high as you can. Excellent.
Hey.
Bruno, are you leading the way?
I think so, yeah.
Go ahead and make one more observation check. Let's see if you can notice this before anyone else. I want you to.
This is a 26.
Amazing. In your excitement, you're not really sure if you've missed anything, but as you are looking around, you glance up, and in the distance, barely reflected by the various sources of light you're all carrying, something is shiny at the end of this tunnel. Something tunnel-sized. It's enormous. Like, this tunnel is probably 30 feet wide. So, and circular. So it looks like there's a very large circular metal object at the end.
What color is it?
Sorry, what was that?
I was gonna ask, do we all see it?
Yeah, after you start getting closer, I just wanted to give Bruno something.
I think that's the first
terrible
intellect skill that I have ever succeeded on. What does it look like as like the tracks and the walkway head up to this thing?
You do notice that there are some signs of the rock around crumbling. The tracks seem in disrepair, like damage from the stone fall. Doesn't seem as though anything has been in here either taking care of it or using it whatsoever.
Okay, so it looks like damage. It's not as if there's some kind of just like plate that just doesn't belong.
Right, sorry, did you ask about the tracks?
Yeah, you told me that there's like a big thing blocking
Right.
the path up ahead, right?
Right. But you're asking about the tracks that go up to
Right.
it, right?
Exactly. Like, do
Okay.
they just stop? Do they run into it? Does it look like there was damage as this thing came in from above or below or something? That's the kind of
Yeah.
vibe
So
that I'm trying to get.
as you get closer, you do realize it is an enormous door. Just like
Interesting.
completely closing off this tunnel.
Well,
Aurora
that's
knocks on it.
disappointing.
Animal tunnels earlier might go
Mhm.
around.
Take the tunnels?
We could try.
How big were those tunnels?
They varied. It would be difficult for Shan to walk through the largest upright, but you could fit.
Before we do all
See,
that,
that's what worried Aurora. It's not the fact that it didn't have claws. It's the fact that it's big as hell.
right?
Whoever dug through here.
Before we do all that, can we check or can Winona check to see if there's like any way to open the door on this side? Like, is there like a mechanical port or something like that?
Sure. Yeah, so as you head up, you do look around. Go ahead and just do a quick observation.
1 moment.
I will just try to push on the door just in case.
It's an illusion. Ah!
Yeah,
it is
it
very
was just
solid
almost
and is
Spellbind.
definitely, as you get closer, you can see it actually is built kind of like an enormous gear. and it will like roll out of the way.
13
Oh.
plus 13, 26.
26. At first you don't see anything, and you're kind of looking around, and then you realize that there's a panel cleverly designed that it seems like it's just part of the door.
Interesting. Can I open this panel?
You can. You just go and you push it, it clicks open. Within is a series of, it's a little console. It has various buttons, a touchscreen. There are a couple of different ports as far as like technology styles.
Cool. Winona's gonna like crack her fingers and try to open this door.
Oh my God.
Sure. You're looking at it, kind of trying to figure out what you got
team
there.
Not hacker.
Our team not hacker. To be fair, I have decent science skills, okay? And our actual hacker is down for the count. So we gotta work with what we got.
Give it a shot. Do me a science check.
Actually, I'm gonna use a different dice. Ooh, okay, 11 plus 15.
Nice. So you touch the touchscreen, and it takes a moment to kind of like, come on. And then looking at it, you're a little unsure as far as the language that's on it, but this seems pretty universal as far as like symbols and stuff. And so you start messing around with it, and it's a little bit of hacking, but also just more like inputting commands, and dust like kind of into the air and falls, some rust, and the door begins to roll out of the way. Two things
That
happen.
seemed easy.
First, a wave of humidity like none of you have felt before washes out.
Close it. No.
That in and of itself, the heat on top of that is just stifling. And there is a light source pouring out of this tunnel beyond, brighter than anything any of you have seen before. It takes several moments for your eyes to adjust. Yeah, if Yellow Jacket drops their goggles down,
my eyes. Okay.
like it takes you a little less time, Yellow Jacket, to look. You see beyond you enormous plants dangling, trees, vines, bushes, flowers. There are birds, kind of like the things that pick you up and drop you to kill you, but much smaller. And maybe not quite so ugly, and they're colorful. Some have like yellow markings. They're just beautiful. Some of them are other colors, but you don't really care about those as much. You notice there's water dripping from the ceiling that's on the other side of this. The tunnel only goes on for like another 30 feet on the other side, and opens up into a larger cavern where this light is emanating from.
Can I hear what those bird sounds like? Can I hear the bird calls from where we're at?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. Second question. Can I mimic the bird calls?
So I'm going to have you do two things.
Yeah.
Do an observation.
Okay. Like me. Okay. And for the next thing, I'm just going to use a luck point. Because, so I got 17 plus whatever my observation. 11.
Nice. The
Cool.
next one is
Yeah.
performance.
All right. So, yeah, I'm using my luck points on that one. Do we reset luck points or?
So when you roll, you reset. If you used them last episode, you've reset. If you used them
Okay.
this episode, you have to roll a 21 to get a luck point back.
Okay, cool. So I used them last episode, but performance. What is my performance? Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna use. It's not too bad. I'll use 3 luck points. Yeah. And we here. Wrong button. Here we go. Please be nice. I got a 23.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So
my performance was a 15, and I rolled a 5.
So everyone's like trying, like, what is probably the fastest to update like ocular senses? You're adjusting like the parameters that your intake can handle. Everyone else, like, you're still blinking away tears. And then there's this shrill cry next to you. Like, you hear it in the distance, and then there's one right next to you as Yellow Jacket emits this bird call.
Ah! Close as I got, guys.
That's honestly impressive. I think Aurora's trying to just document everything that they're seeing right now.
I'm gonna put it on the record. I will keep making this bird call until one of the yellow birds comes over, because I want them feathers.
Not because you want to see the word. I'm taking
I am
feathers.
also covered in the old doll maker feathers, and I've got so I'm going full bird right now. I am very method with it and flapping my arms and everything.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah. Excellent. So, are you heading in first, Yellow Jacket, to try and get to these birds?
Yes.
All right. So Yellow Jacket leads the charge, sounding like one of these birds, flapping.
Yellow Jacket, god damn it, don't run off. Aurora's running after Yellow Jacket.
And Yellow Jacket, a character advantage has been granted to you for an upcoming roll.
Thank you. I knew this dance would work. Yellow Jacket, when Aurora says don't run off, is going to turn back to you for a hot second and then go immediately back into my performance, because I don't want you scaring off the birds. I am becoming immersed in this environment. I want them
method acting for sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
Excellent. What are the rest of you doing?
I think my jaw's like on the floor, like outside this door. This is nuts. If it is warm enough though, I will take off like my balaclava so that I can warm my head.
Yeah.
But,
have any of you ever sweated before?
I don't.
Like from heat?
No.
Yes. I will say Yellow Jacket has, because he refuses to take off any of his gear
Fair.
around a fire.
Okay.
Is it hot in Shan's dome?
I don't know if it would really be hot. I feel like the most, I think that she would have like from exertion more than anything. And I think that we had kind of talked about it be a vibrational radiation frequency rather than like a heat or something like that. So yeah, no, this would be nuts. Yeah.
Real quick, Winona,
scary.
Do a observation check for me.
I keep rolling 11s. 11 plus 13.
Okay. So as everyone's heading in, the door has like stopped moving. There was like an obvious shaking that occurred when the door rolled out of the way. But as you're like moving forward, you stop and you actually lean down, you put your hand on the ground, you close your eyes and you wait and you feel. And you're not sure if it's like residuals of the door, if there's still some gears moving somewhere that moved it. But you're reminded only a few days ago
of the vibrations in the snow,
and then they're gone. It fades away. Just gonna throw that out there.
Y'all see Winona just like put her hand on the ground and she stays there for a while, and then she stands up with like a concerned look on her face, and she's like, well, good news. It is warm here, so the solution to the domes is definitely here somewhere, and definitely other fantastic goodies. Bad news, there is there is a non-zero chance that there is a large creature with the capability of vibrating the ground that is in here with us. So we should hurry up. We should be quick.
Maybe it's our little friends who burrowed here before us.
Probably.
Am I far away from enough from the group? Because I will keep going to like try and get to these birds.
Sure, yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm a
okay.
yellow jacket, so that depends on that.
In fact, so you hit the end of this tunnel, and it opens up into this larger cavern. And because you have your goggles on, you look up, and it's difficult to see because it is so bright, but you can tell that there is a glowing orb in the sky above you. Nothing you've seen before. And then a bird flies by and you're like, ah! And
What color is the orb though?
it is really difficult to tell because it's just so bright. It comes across. Excuse me as I choke on my own throat. Humaning is really hard sometimes. I don't know if you ever tried it, but to human can be difficult.
Overrated.
Right? It's so bright it just comes across as white. If only you knew.
Yeah, no. Priority is the clearly yellow thing first, and then we'll come back to the shiny thing.
Sure. So as the group moves into the chamber after Yellow Jacket and takes in all of this foliage and massively overgrown trees and vines and plants, and you see this sun in the sky above you, you also notice there is weather in here. There's clouds that are moving slowly across this enormous cavern. We're going to go ahead and go to break. So, why don't you all come back and join us in about 5 to 10 minutes as this group figures out what's next and how to save their dome city. I need to find the right button.
Bree said it best. We're gonna steal the sun.
That's
We'll be
what's
back.
happening. We're gonna steal the sun.
That's
Let's go,
right.
guys.
We'll be back soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Over the break, we delivered all of the pupper treats that were bought with channel points earlier. Thank you so much to all the viewers. She appreciates it. She was super happy to wake up to a bunch
Off
of treats.
screen.
Also, there's another one. Her eyes are open, so she's gonna get that one right now. Hey, you. You want this? Yeah, you do. Can you hear her crunch? Amazing.
That was a good crunch, yeah.
So you all have found, potentially, the lost city of Ammiya. But whatever you're seeing looks like a massive space filled with overgrown trees and plants. There are clouds in the sky, and burning through those clouds looks like an enormous ball of light that's emitting heat. The thickness of the humidity in the air is stifling. You immediately begin to sweat if you have sweat glands. What begins to drip as condensation begins to roll down their frame. Little windshield wipers come up and clean their visor. Love it. All right. What do you all do?
How long does it take me to attract a bird?
Yeah, I think I'm very curious. I feel like what is paying attention to at a distance, the things that are happening over there with Yellow Jacket with some measure of concern. So what's very interested in the resolution for that?
Yellow Jacket, do one more performance check for me.
Okay, no problem. I got this. And I'm gonna spend another my last two. Wait, where are you? My last two. Wait, where are you? My last two luck points.
Perfect.
too many tabs open. I had a system and then I killed it. So 19 plus 15 plus 2.
Amazing. So what, as you kind of take a moment and train your sensors over to Yellow Jacket, you notice Yellow Jacket kind of stalking this little bright yellow and green and red bird. And Yellow Jacket's noises are indecipherable from the noises around them. And this bird like hops forward and you can see it tilting its head and like watching Yellow Jacket, and then jumps forward. And then when a flurry of wings takes the air, flies and lands on Yellow Jacket's shoulder and starts
Aw.
like kind of bobbing its head against Yellow Jacket's head.
Immediately rips its feathers.
Right.
No, it's too cute now.
So you were gonna.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna kill it, but yeah, no. When it lands on my shoulder, I'm going to carefully reach into my pack and pull out a piece of jerky or whatever, and feed it to it. I don't want it to take my fingers, so I'm trying to be.
At this point, that this beak opens up like the vampires in Blade 2. It's like, "Wah." Just kidding. It just takes the jerky.
Even if it did open its mouth like that, it's like, okay, cool. Just feed it enough jerky and it won't eat me.
Right.
Sweet. So what do I have? Like, so Jer, what do I have to do to keep this bird?
We'll find out as we continue along. It currently
I am
is.
concerned it will die in the cold. I think it's here for a reason. It cannot survive
Right.
outside.
What do I have to do to keep this? Live here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Right.
have to fix the dome. That's the only way to take it home, is to make the dome as warm as this place is.
Define home. Okay. Yeah. Let's go.
We're familiar with the concept of a sun. Yeah, like
Generally speaking.
I think seeing this friggin' ball of light and it being so warm in here, Aurora like takes off their coat and is just in complete awe, honestly. And they are extremely excited that, oh, I came out and I am indeed like discovering new things, the thing I wanted to do. Just kind of wandering around, honestly, a little aimlessly.
I want to ask, like, what have you been in somewhere like this before? Like, this seems. I would never have guessed that this would be anywhere.
Not under all that snow, no.
Out of curiosity, Jeremy, I feel like that there are small, localized, purpose-built areas in perhaps some domes and or, pockets of civilization that have vegetation and the like, but I don't feel like that there's anything to this scale. Am I right about that?
That is correct.
Okay.
Both in area covered and in the size of some of these plants. And variety.
This is indeed quite exceptional as a location. I've not been to anything like this in scale, however. It is fascinating.
Well, is there a city here, or is it just a biome?
Are you going to continue on in?
The moment it appears just to be a biome. but
And, like,
we should
do we see
explore
clouds?
further.
You do see clouds. So, okay, the reason I ask if you continue on in, right now from where you look, you just see plants in the sky.
I'm at the door still, right?
Yeah.
I think I have a rope. I'm just afraid that the door's gonna close behind us, or we're gonna lose the door. I'll say that out loud to everyone.
Looking around, you do see that there is another panel on this side that is essentially identical to the one that Winona used to open the door.
Okay, I have a rope. I'll tie it to a tree nearby, and I'll start walking kind of in. I don't want to lose my way.
Okay.
At least right away.
It becomes pretty apparent pretty quickly that you don't have enough rope. Like, you go the distance of however long your rope is, and this place is just massive. However, I will say it becomes pretty apparent that there are vine-covered buildings, moss-covered structures, like everything is grown over, but there very much is the ruin of a city here.
I think Winona is one gonna explore the city, but two, before she does that, she's gonna go to Shan and grab onto her arm and be like, Shan, darling, you see that giant circular thing in the sky or in the ceiling? I don't know what it is here. But what's the possibility you could like use your rope and just kind of lasso that downwards towards us?
I'll try to look up towards it. And
Sure. Your third
Eyes
arm
immediately burn.
Your third arm comes up and holds its hand to block the light, and it becomes apparent that it is first too far away for your rope. But go ahead and make an observation check for me.
Oh.
Let's see what you see with your Shan eyes.
Can I give? Is there a help action here? Like, can I just like be like, look to the left, and I'm just like squeezing Shan's arm? I don't know.
Right.
Further.
I have a 7, so let's see. 7 plus 15. That's 22.
22. So yeah, you succeed. You look up your. It takes you a moment for your eyes to adjust, and they're still kind of watering as your hand blocks the direct light, and you realize that there is stone up there. This globe seems to be suspended up near some kind of cavern ceiling. The clouds are below that. It's kind of hard to tell distances, but you can tell that it's quite a ways up there. 22. Yeah, that's what you noticed.
Yeah. It's really, really high, but there is a top. I wouldn't be able to lasso it by any means, but there's a top up there.
All right. Well, I suppose we'll have to look into alternative methods. But good job, Shan.
Perfect.
Nice.
Do we want to start exploring the city, everyone?
I'm gonna use some rope to not rope, but pieces of my yellow scarf. I'm gonna tear off a piece and tie it onto the ankle. Is there a way of this creature? While everybody's been trying to figure out how to pull the sun from the sky, can I try and train this bird as much as I can?
Sure. Hold, please. Animal training. Let's use either. I'm going to give you either charm, survival, or creativity, depending on how you do it.
All right.
Like charm is more like you're trying to befriend it.
Okay.
Whereas creativity or survival could be more like training it to do tricks.
Okay, so then if that's the case, I think I would be like, it's just me and like the way that I see it, it's just Yellow Jacket and this bird chirping at each other and cawing at each other and whatever that sounds like. So it's just a bunch of mimicry.
Yeah.
Until the bird's like, oh shit, this person's super cool. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna come back to this one.
Perfect.
So yeah, I don't know what that would be.
Let's do charm.
Okay. I rolled a 19 and I have 13.
So you rolled a 19?
I rolled a 19
Nice.
and I have
So
13 in my stat.
32.
Yeah.
It doesn't take very long, probably because you bribed it with food and you're speaking its language.
There we go.
And even when it kind of like takes off and flutters around, you notice as you're kind of moving through this area, it always comes back and sits on your shoulder and then like does a little headbutt.
Yeah, I headbutt it right back. Nugget. Yeah.
Love
All
it.
right, I'm happy.
All right. What's so Bruno and what? I haven't heard from either of you in a bit. What's going on?
Bruno's probably just sort of depending on like how overgrown the area is, maybe like hacking through the underbrush, sort of trying to clear a path, and just sort of heading forward. I think he's interested in buildings. He was surprised at first that a hidden city would have so few buildings, but there they are. They were
Right.
just further in. I don't know, maybe take a peek inside one or two, but I think his intuition is that whatever vault or treasure repository we're looking for, he wouldn't expect it to be on the outskirts. I think he would expect it to be somewhat grander, more central.
Go ahead and do me a favor. Make an observation check.
Okay. 21 on the dot.
Nice. Get a luck back if you can. Otherwise, don't. But with the 21, you are looking around, and first of all, you realize so the tracks that you were following do continue on to what appears to be kind of like an outdoor terminal, like the station that you were in, but this one seems to be outside. You keep like you're feeling like you're outdoors because of all of this space that's around you as opposed to the very compact areas you've been in so far, but you really are still underground, and so it takes your brain just like a few moments to catch up, and you're like, okay, here's the terminal, this is where the tracks end. This appeared to be like some kind of station for it, and there's some more buildings over there, and you're looking around. And you kind of get an idea of where the center of the city is in a little bit. It seems like every so often when you kind of catch a better angle that shoots out, you can see through the foliage and stuff. Like there's a little bit of a depression that the city is built into, almost like a bowl. And so you can see where the center of the city is, and you can see spires rising up. You can see various statuary, and every so often you also will catch glimpses of buildings on the edge far, far away. While you process that. What?
So I think there is some aspect of being here that has what a little bit concerned regarding the memory information that is currently firewalled within what's processors. So rather than trying to access a recall of any information that what has acquired regarding this place or this region, I think what is taking things from the perspective of a first time visit to this location and is going through all of the algorithms and processes regarding locating domes that are not habitated anymore.
Gotcha. Go ahead and do.
And
go ahead.
in all of this, I think what is being exceedingly quiet.
Okay.
But it's very apparent that what is in like an observation kind of mode.
Go ahead and do an observation check for me, actually.
Okay. That is a 7 on the die plus 16 for a total of 23.
23. You're noticing a lot of the same things everyone else is, as far as the structures, the overgrown plants. You actually do notice in your HUD there is a network that you are connected to that you gave no permissions for.
Interesting. I'll access that.
Okay. Tell me what that's like.
I feel like there is a notion of software communicating with software, and it's an effort, initially anyway, because there's multiple classifications of technological beings and their level of sophistication. And so I think that there is, in technical terms, it's a ping looking for an ACK response, right? But in these kinds of terms, I feel like it is like a knock on the door, a wave high, that sort of thing. That's what the translation would be.
Go ahead and sorry, I'm choosing here. Either do a resilience or presence check.
I would. Yeah, I would very much like that to be resilience.
That's A-okay by me.
16 plus 16 for 32.
Nice. So there was a difficulty on that. It was not large enough for you to fail, however, and therefore, as you kind of flip it a little bit, do a little bit of a ping back and a wave, it disconnects, and you see a slight glitch in your vision that then goes away.
Very frustrating. But I don't think anyone else would notice that, because that's like, that happened in milliseconds, right?
Right.
And so, yeah, what's response was probably in milliseconds and then just continued on. But I think that what would start doing more an open broadcast of their own signals in search of potentially other technological beings.
Gotcha. So are you essentially trying to like ping a network to see if there's nodes out there that are picking up?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind as you move forward. Real quick, going back to Ed, Bruno, taking all this in, not really seeing something that's glaringly obvious. Is there a direction that you want to lead them in?
Probably just towards the center of the city.
Okay.
Especially if there are any like particularly tall buildings or things like that. I think Bruno remembers from the dome that the most wealthy and privileged lived in the biggest and tallest buildings near the center.
Sure.
And I think he assumes that would be the case here as well.
And is everybody following Bruno?
Bruno's going towards the city, right?
Yes, toward the center of the city, yeah.
Yes. But Winona is specifically looking for any building that would have anything expensive or interest, like advancing technology type stuff. So
Sure.
like, an Apple store. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Those equivalent.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Anybody else doing stuff on the way or doing something different? Split the party, should be fine.
Aurora... No, never. I think Aurora is looking for signs of people having been here. Maybe not in exactly recent times, but people having been here, and is also definitely just trying to look out for things that if they see any books, like a library or something, they're all over that.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, go for it.
I think when Shan and Winona had stepped aside to like look at the sun, and then Bruno walks by looking like really serious, like he knows what he's doing. I think Shan goes to follow as well. She's gonna go with the flow in this case, but will kind of be like, oh, look, we have to move this really heavy thing to get in here. Like, let me use a feat of strength. Maybe we should go this way. That's where she's kind of trying to push things, but if that works, I don't know. But.
And Yellow Jacket, you stand with the group, or are you going off to build a nest with your new friend?
I'm pretty much like keeping close to Bruno because he seems to be going towards the tall buildings that can get me close enough to the shiny that I might be able to do something about it. So I'm here trying to get the shiny is all.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is Bruno's leading the way. Yellow Jacket's nearby. Where's what?
I think trying to keep as many of the biologicals within sight of them as possible.
So you walking behind everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. And Shan, you're kind of up with Bruno as well?
Oh,
Shan. Yeah.
But I would just like to say, for prosperity's sake, that Winona is listening out for anybody getting snatched up out of nowhere. Like just like the sound of the breeze.
Totally. Totally fair. Welcome back, Kay. Is Shan essentially walking up with Bruno and Yellow Jacket?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I think so.
And then where are Aurora and my brain just turned off. Winona.
I think right behind Bruno is where Aurora is.
I think Winona would honestly be like next to Aurora, but on the other side. So if like Aurora is behind Bruno to his left, like Winona would be behind Bruno to his right.
If you all want to take a look at Owlbear, just verify that this is a good good layout.
Oh yes. All
right. So Bruno, as you're leading the way there, you notice that you've been walking through various kinds of plants. You've noticed little like creatures moving around, some that seem reptilian, some that seem mammalian. There are definitely tracks of larger creatures that you've never seen before, some that seem familiar but maybe have slight differentiations to them. And then you notice that there are just so many plants that you couldn't have even imagined possible, and so many colors that you've never seen with your eyes before. Like even on like screens that can replicate colors, you've never seen something quite this vibrant. And it's with that in mind that you are walking around, and you notice that you are stepping into this area where the ground... Now, let me just preface, the ground has had vines and roots and all sorts of things growing all over, but you get to an area that the vines seem to be kind of spiny, not necessarily spiky, but like they have little nodules, thin, spindly nodules on them, leading to what looks like large plants that have flowers that have like kind of wilted, their petals have dropped off, and there is this very pleasant, almost appetizing scent in the air that seems to just kind of be filling this area. What do you do?
I think this, to Bruno as a hunter, this feels like a lure.
Weird.
And especially if the something looks wilted, then to him something looks hungry. So I think that he's probably proceeding, but sort of very cautiously looking for like traps or ambushes, something like that.
Okay.
Winona's looking for carnivorous plants.
Go ahead and make an observation check.
I swear, there's a giant Venus flytrap.
While you're doing that, welcome in, Raiders. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, 15 plus 13.
28.
Yes,
Okay.
that number.
So you look around and you don't see anything that is obviously carnivorous. Nothing that has like the kind of appendages or growth that can like clamp around prey or anything like that. However, those vines that have the little nodules do look a little...
Not like vines? Not like plants?
They do look like plants, but you are reminded that some poisonous plants tend to be brightly colored, and these like red, kind of sticky looking nodules might be poisonous or something.
Winona's gonna relay that to the group and be like, it's giving, if we smell this for too long, we might die. So if y'all could just, cover your noses, get those scarves back out, wrap them around you. Let's just like quickly and sneakily move past this area.
As I am not overly concerned with the biological responses of inhaling such things, I would happily approach the potential security risk area with you all staying farther back if you would like to see if something does happen.
Aurora is pulling up their scarf to cover their nose and will say, I don't know what if something tries to grab you? I don't know what that looks like.
I usually can outlive any biological entity attempting to constrict me.
I think Aurora looks at the group like, I don't know, this is not my field of expertise.
So the funny thing about statistics is that there's still statistics, which means that there is a statistic probability, even if it is low, that you will get snatched up.
Yes,
that's
and I'm
very
saying that I
you.
am perfectly content with such statistical significance.
Yellow Jacket is just looking up to see if there's a building close enough, like we're moving towards a building close enough where I can steal the sun. Not really interested in this plant.
Where you can, did you say steal the sun?
Yes.
Like, just to make it super clear, the sun is quite a ways up there. Like
Yes,
it is.
that's why I'm
up there.
asking for buildings that are tall enough.
Gotcha. You're not seeing anything right now. And earlier when you were kind of up higher on the bowl, you didn't see anything that stretched to that high into the sky either. No.
I'm gonna try and talk to my new bird friend. In his language is like basically what I want to convey is how do I steal the sun? Is there a tall enough building? What, like, can you help me?
Yellow jacket, bird
But
whisperer.
in bird. So I want to, like, so I'm going to, like, send the bird off to basically be like, basically what Noah did, looking for land. I'm doing that with this bird.
Totally. So Yellow Jacket makes some chirps and clicks and such, and then like kind of shrugs to get the bird to go. The bird does fly off and then flies back. You're really not sure what that meant, Yellow Jacket. But I am going to have everyone do an observation check.
$21 exactly.
Okay.
29.
Okay.
18 plus 13. 31.
Okay.
28.
Nice.
22.
Nice.
25.
Awesome.
Let's
None of
go.
you are going to really be shocked or surprised, but about this time you feel the ground rumbles slightly. Again, Winona, this is starting to become a familiar feel to you. And as it does that, these roots and vines that are covered with these red nodules begin to shake and rise up and lash about, just flailing around this area. We're going to go ahead and roll some initiative.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did my hardest. I was like, we should just go.
We should just go.
Oh, yeah.
I got a nat 20 on my initiative.
Nice.
Oh, hey.
Just a reminder, initiative is a D10 plus your...
Oh, I am so glad.
Oh
you
my
said
gosh. Thank you.
Wait, where?
It's a D10 plus what?
your
There it
initiative
is.
modifier, which is equal to your luck bonus. If you don't have it filled out on your character
Mother
sheet.
of
Thank
Dragon.
Mother of Dragons.
I've got a 9.
What did you get?
I got an 8.
I got an 11.
11.
I got an 11.
So I'm going to go in order so I can put this all down. Aurora, what did you get?
An 8.
Excellent. Winona.
I got a 5.
A 5. Excellent. Shan.
I got a 9.
9. Thank you. And Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, no, so I got an 11.
Okay. And Bruno.
11.
11. Wow, 3 of you going at the same time. All right, well, fortunately, these roots rise up, begin thrashing about. You do notice that those plants that had seemed inert begin to also move, not necessarily towards you, but very much in a way that's kind of controlling the plants or the vines around you.
Wait, so sorry, Jeremy. You said it's giving that these plants that we see moving around are controlling, like, the plants around us as well? Just like the
The
foliage and
vines that are coming out of them, they seem to be
Yeah.
like making them rise up and such. So they're
Yo.
long prehensile appendages.
That sounds like fun.
Thanks.
I quit.
I quit. Rage quit.
Sorry.
All right, so let's start in the back, actually. So what? How about a 20 to hit you?
I'm assuming that will. It's an opposed. What is it?
Oh, geez. It's been a bit since we did this.
Right.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, it is an opposed roll. I don't remember what it is. I think it's a D20
20
plus
plus my
your,
defense rating.
yeah, that's what I think it is. And then there's like some special thing if you get the exact same number or something.
All right, so
Yes, it's a D20 plus defense rating.
excellent.
Do I have any situational bonuses
You
or
do not.
penalties?
Nope, you were able to see it coming. There was no surprise going on.
That's cocked.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 19, so that's a
Oh.
hit.
All right, one of these roots lashes out at you. Dealing a whopping 3 damage to you.
Does my armor benefit me?
So, it can, yes, absolutely. Sorry, just reading the special notes here. I just need to make sure I was understanding correctly.
And also, just to clarify, I have not had any opportunity to repair myself from the previous damage that I sustained, correct? Because I'm at 7 out of 11 hit points.
I'm trying to remember where you took that damage from.
It was in the train
The very
card
first fight.
situation.
Oh wait, the train car.
Then
Big
no.
bird babes?
No, you have
Oh.
not fixed that yet.
Oh, shit.
I would
Do I
just like
get,
to
like,
say,
Grappled or picked up or anything?
You do not.
Okay. So the vine just like lashes out at me. And
Yeah. You do see some
takes
scarring on like the metal of your body. Like a little bit of
Mhm.
smoke goes up, almost like there's something acidic to it.
Oh. Ugh. Dislike it. Very much dislike that.
What? It should be fine.
It will be fine.
What do you
It's
and
just a
Bruno and I have too many tabs open. Darn it, Yellow Jacket, we need to come up with a good opportunity for this. What, Yellow Jacket and Bruno? The three of you are on the same initiative. What do you do?
Given the situation and the action that I plan on taking, I would like to go first before others, if you don't mind. I am going, given what I understand about biologicals and their distaste for acid being even more than my own, I will move in front of Yellow Jacket and act as a defensive shield for Yellow
Aw.
Jacket.
Okay.
Aw, he likes me.
Yellow Jacket does use a ranged weapon in attacking stuff. I'm right about that, yes?
Oh yeah, that too.
Excellent. Yellow Jacket and Bruno.
Since I don't have enough time to pull out my bow, I will take my gun and just shoot it.
Okay. Are you going to shoot the roots or the plant that the roots are coming out of?
Excellent question. Let me. Okay, so I'm going to shoot the plant, like
Okay.
the root of the plant. So like near the bottom.
Okay, so like the base of one of the plants. Which one do you want to shoot?
Yeah. too many tabs. Good Christ. Where'd my owl? There it is. That one. This one.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks.
Had to do the dance.
That's its agitation dance.
Yeah, well. And it's a D8. Right.
So you get a roll to hit. Roll your d20 plus your. Sorry, I'm trying to get over to a character sheet. You should have a attack bonus in next to the weapon.
Yeah, a D8.
So the D8 is probably the damage.
I don't know how to read this thing. It says up, like my damage says up to 3. My strike rating is a 3. My first attack is 1d8. That's what I wrote down.
How interesting for us. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what a shooting gun does. I believe it is.
Wait, did you write down 1d8 for your gun damage? Because different guns do different types of damage.
Oh yeah, no, this is it's a POS type of gun. Like it's a scrap gun, so 1d8, yeah.
Then I think it's just that.
The D8 is your damage. You have to roll a D20 plus your attack bonus, which should be in the attack bonus column. If you
It says up to 3, like on the little chart for weapons.
So I will pick 3 then.
Oh,
well. Is it my choice?
Right? Like, can we just right?
So the up to 3 thing is usually like depending on if it's like it's the quality of the weapon, if it's high tech, low tech, all that.
Well, my quality of weapon is not super fantastic.
But you're
but I got a 18 on the die.
Okay.
And plus up to 3, Jeremy, whatever you want to add for my scrap gun.
Well, whatever your bonus is, it rolled horribly, so it's not going to catch up. So go ahead and roll your D8.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
All right, not too bad. It's a 6.
A 6. A big chunk of like green plant flies off. There's like kind of this reddish orangey sap that sprays out, but it is still moving. Anything else?
I took a perk. I can attack it again. Wait, I think this is for only melee. Shit. Let me double check. Yeah, my second melee attack. Dang it. Whirlwind.
Darn it.
Breaks. All right, that's it for now.
All right, Bruno.
I think Bruno pulls his shish kebab, his sword from his scabbard and thumbs the igniter, and it bursts into flame as he charges this sort of most nearby plant monstrosity, and he howls as he hacks and slashes at it with his flaming sword.
Nice. All right, so real quick, anyone who doesn't have their attack bonus in their weapons, any melee weapon is your strength plus any relevant perk bonuses plus any situational bonuses plus any available luck points that you may choose. So your attack bonus should be strength plus any perks you have. Ranged is agility plus any perks you have. So go ahead
Dungeon
and
Teller also just put that in chat.
Oh, did it? Nice, perfect. I'm like rapidly trying to get to that page while also listening to all of you. So, Bruno, you're rolling a strength or a melee attack. What did you get?
So 12 plus my 6 attack bonus for an 18.
Oh. This one rolled pretty well, but I don't think it's going to beat you.
Agility.
Nope, just missed it with the 17. Go ahead and roll your damage.
All right. And that comes out to 5 points of damage.
Okay. And
Then
this is
I
a
will roll.
fire weapon. Does it do anything like catch it on fire? I don't remember if it has any secondary stuff.
So the cool thing that I remember about fire weapons is that they use exploding dice. So I roll d6s, but on a 6, I roll again.
Gotcha.
So they can do severe damage, but
Nice.
I didn't roll a 6 this time.
Okay.
But I will do a second attack because I have that same whirlwind thing that Casper was talking about.
Excellent.
Yeah. Jeremy, can I switch my whirlwind for my flurry? Because that's what I meant to do.
Oh, because you want to be ranged and not.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right. So this one is a 13 plus 3 for a 16 to hit for my second attack.
This one, it actually is like kind of reeling back out of the way from your first attack, and it does go wide.
Okay.
It is actually going to swing back around at you then. You were go ahead and roll it, but it's not going to matter. Roll your defense.
9.
Oh, that was close. But no, you managed to also dodge out of the way. Let's see, that was that one, and we'll come to Shan.
Sweet. All right. I am also excited to get into a fight, maybe a little less excited. I'm gonna run up to, I think, this plant here. And I'm gonna take a couple swings with my regular schmegular two-handed axe. Let's do that. I have whirlwind as well.
Nice.
So the first one is 20 altogether. The second one is an 11 to hit.
Let me roll that second one. Both of those hit.
Let's go. Oh, I did not roll well on that though. That's 4 altogether.
For both of them?
3 and a 1.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
I mean, they're plants. You're just like kind of carving out pieces of them, but it's hard to tell what's vital and what's not.
my axe doesn't ignite either, so limited effectiveness.
Go ahead and roll your defense for me there, Shan.
Sure. Is that just a d20 plus the defense rating?
Right.
Yeah, okay. Oh, nat 1, 5 altogether.
Oh. Okay. So that is 7.
Quick question.
Yeah.
On these nat 1s, is that engaging the rules for taking strikes on our equipment?
It will.
Okay.
So what you see, except for the nat one was on your defense. So this is your armor, not your weapon. So your armor is going to take a strike rating. As you see, it kind of hisses as a vine comes up and lashes at it and leaves this smear of this red sap, and then it starts like melting away, and you see like holes start to appear in it, and it seems to be messing up your armor. And that should bring us to Aurora.
Oh, there we go. Hi. Aurora sees everybody hop into action and just is like, okay, I don't feel great about killing these things. They'd be great for research, but we also need to live. And we'll pull out their rifle.
It's hard to be a researcher in a world where everything wants to kill you.
Fair.
You know, it really, really is. So let's see. I want to move a little bit though. But where? Ooh. I actually think I'm good where I'm at. I won't move. But I will take out my rifle and I'm gonna hit the let me think. Yellow Jacket hit this one that's right here.
Yeah.
Kind of. Okay. I will shoot at that one
Okay.
as well. And it's a D20. 17.
So I was seeing if I can mark the token. The 17 will hit.
All right. I rolled a 12 on my D12 for my damage.
Dang.
I think we all see like Aurora sees these like plants spring into action. I think seeing like when what gets attacked, the steam that comes off of what, they immediately kind of get down to one knee, pulls the rifle out, cocks it, and just gets to shooting at these roots.
Yeah, you see just like a huge chunk of this plant flies off. It kind of is having a hard time staying upright at this point, but it is still there. That all your stuff?
Yeah, that'll be it for me.
All right. Shen, you do notice that roots from another one, this one over here. I swore I could ping. Can you not ping?
I was just wondering
last
that.
time.
Can you guys see the little square I'm making?
Little pointer, at least.
That's the one. Thanks.
Oh, how do you do the
Oh,
border? Oh, I see it.
that's a critical. That is a nat
That's cute.
20.
Oh, that's gnarly. I was at 3 of 10 hit points.
Oh no.
This is gonna be
Oh,
super
no.
sick.
Shit, no.
Now here's the horrible part. My brain is like nat 20 is a critical. But is that a thing?
All of us running to get the thing up.
Right?
It's not good regardless, I think.
I don't think it's going to matter just because it's going to...
Oh, it is, I guess, a critical.
It depends on the defense rating, though, right? Still?
No. You still have to get Sean would have to get a critical defense in
Oh,
response.
shit. Yeah. Okay.
Come on, Chad. I know. Oh, I did not like that face.
Right?
So 18 altogether.
I mean, it was a good try.
A valiant effort.
Right?
Yeah, no, it didn't get downgraded. Whoops.
So that's 3, 6. That's 6 damage.
So I'd be at -3 currently.
All right, so...
How does this work?
Well, so Shan gets slapped with one of these roots, and you see their skin just like welt up, and you kind of seize up a little bit, and then you're just gonna fall over. Play test them death and healing rules. That's right.
Oh no.
All right, so that was that, and then we should still have Winona. Winona, what do you do?
Sorry. I mean, I think Winona sees like Shan fall over, and immediately, which is the one that did it? This one?
Yeah.
Oh, immediately goes to shoot that one. Like, not on my watch. And I'm going to... She's going to take out her hunting rifle and aim down the sights. And I am going to use... Actually, I'll use luck points for my second roll, because I do have the second attack. So, first attack... Ooh, 18 plus 6. 18... 24.
Completely beat me. I rolled horribly.
Cool. Okay, so roll my d12 for that, just to see if this is still alive. Oops. That is a 2. So
Say
I'm assuming-
2?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks so much.
And then second attack. Ooh, that is a 19. which is great because I forgot to call out the blood poison level. So 19 plus 3.
Also
because
hits.
I get yes. So then we're gonna. I got an 8.
Solid strike.
What are the like healing rules? Like, is there a way to heal? Wait, hold on. There's a page. I'm just gonna go to the page.
Dungeon Teller helped us out actually in chat.
Oh,
But while you're figuring that out, because that was Winona's turn, we're going to go back to the top of the order.
cool.
That one in the back, no longer having what nearby, is going to lash out at Winona, actually. Winona, go ahead and do your defense roll. You can't possibly roll worse than I did. But try anyway.
Well, I rolled a 9, but I have a +9 to my defense, so that's an 18.
Yep, I got a 5 total. Or sorry, I got a 7 total. So yeah, your roll beat me. You see this vine lash up from the ground. You easily step out of the way.
Winona is not pleased.
What? It is your turn.
Given the situation, I think what will go over to Shan's attacker and start attempting to, I guess, pummel them.
Sure.
Rend plant parts off of their form so that they cannot attack Shan's downed body.
I like it.
Yeah. I'll just do that. That is 19 plus 6 for 25.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. It's a d6 plus 2 damage. 6 damage.
And this is the one that attacks Shan?
Yes.
Okay. This one also is looking well worn down, but is still moving. Anything else?
I don't have any like fancy multi-attack stuff. So.
Okay. Yellow Jacket.
I do. So I'm wait, which ones are down? Okay. I'm just checking the scene. So he's beating the living crap out of this one, right? I don't know how to ping it, but Dancy Dance over here.
Yep.
Cool. And this one's still up, right?
Yeah, so technically they're all still up. But
Cool,
those two are the worst looking ones.
I'm gonna shoot them both.
Okay.
And now that I know what to do, I'm gonna be dangerous.
Make it so.
Please, dice. Okay. So 16 plus, where is my character sheet? Why do I keep doing that? 16 plus 7, because I actually read my sheet now.
The first time I roll well, and you still outrolled me.
Yeah, so I'm so it's 1d8 to go boom in your face. Hey! How's a 6?
A 6 sounds great. Are you shooting it again?
Yeah. I'm gonna shoot the wait. Is it still up?
It is still up.
Rude.
Tell him again.
Kill him harder.
I forgot which one I shot first. It was this one.
I thought you were attacking the one that was attacking me first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I thought. It was the Dancy Dance one. Got it.
Yeah.
And
didn't you say that one was barely up?
It is now even
okay
hanging on by a fibrous
All right,
thread.
since it's pissing me off, yeah, I'm gonna shoot it again.
Good plan.
14 but this one's different because it's not a 7. It is a 4 because it's my second attack.
You absolutely hit.
Sweet. And this is still a D8. Why do you do this? How's another 6 to your face?
A 6 is more than what you needed. It just obliterates what's left of this plant.
And then just for flavor,
What gets like sprayed with plant parts
Right.
and absolutely completely unfazed by it.
just for flavor, I'm gonna glare at the other one that's super injured and be like, "You're next."
Nice.
Do you tell your bird to attack it?
Oh yeah.
Bruno.
I don't know how that. I don't know if it's trained enough to actually attack.
Bruno, what would you like to do?
I think seeing Shan go down, Bruno's going to sort of disengage and run over to Shan and and he'll reach into his pack and he will pull out like a purple sheet of synthetic skin, skinth patch, and like very hurriedly just like slap it on like whatever exposed like skin is obvious to try to get Shan stabilized and maybe back in the fight.
Nice.
I did want to ask, the rules say they come in different strengths, like a D4, D6, D8, D10, but the equipment section just says skinth patches. So I have 5 skinth patches, but I have no idea what size they are.
You have the second one.
The second one, the D6.
According to the randomness of my dice.
All right. So according to the randomness of my dice, Shan, take 2 points of healing.
Shen, you wake up. Not only are you aching, but your back feels like it is on fire from where this thing like lashed across you. The skin patch like is doing its best to soothe that, but it feels terrible. What would you like? Sorry, not your turn yet. One of them does get to go first.
I'm alive. I'm dead.
I'm alive. I'm dead.
I was
I'm alive.
just about to
Sorry.
All right, the one that you ran away from, Bruno,
Bitch.
is going
All right, not
to
you.
roll freaking terribly to try and hit you. Go ahead and roll your defense.
21.
Oh, yeah, that's more than enough. More than enough. And now it is Shan's turn.
Okay. I sit up. I do the Undertaker. I'm alive. I take a deep breath.
Hey, that's my thing.
Thanks. Oh yeah. Well, I'm picking it up from you. I'm gonna imagine that the synth skin is really cool with the green and purple. I'm gonna take off my top jacket that's burning with whatever goop. I'm going to, while still sitting, I think I'm gonna crossbow bolt this one.
Okay.
See the one? Oh, hope that works. I'll use 2 luck points. Why not? I have 1 left. So that is 6 plus 4 plus 1, 11.
Not good enough. You're still a little shaky as you get up.
Ugh.
The twang of the crossbow goes off, and you see the bolt just like shoot off into the forest.
Perfect.
That everything?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't think I have anything else.
Some vines lash out and are going to try and hit Winona. Winona, roll a defense.
18 plus 9.
You were just fine. Everyone's like seeing this stuff coming. You're dodging out of the way. Super all right. You're all doing great. My poor
Seeing
plant's
Shan
here.
hurt made Winona learn gymnastics.
And it is Aurora's turn.
Aurora. How is this one right here looking?
That one is the worst looking of the ones that are still standing.
Nice. I will go ahead and shoot that one.
Okay.
I have so many dice.
So where I can't roll over a 6. Except for when I do, but it's still.
I rolled a 7 and I add 3 to it.
Oh, well, hang on. Let's see. I need to double check what they add. We tied.
Oh, is it me to beat?
Oh wait,
it?
there's a rule for
There
this.
is.
There's a rule for this.
But this is the rule where they get to counterattack if you tie, isn't it?
Well, who?
Oh, I like that rule if that's the case.
I think it is counterattack. Yeah. You were
Yes.
defending, right, Jeremy?
I
Yes.
was.
Okay, yeah.
They get a free counterattack.
Mhm.
Just like any other attack with the exact same bonuses and same opportunity for luck, do not count as an attack action. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your defense, Aurora.
Okay.
I'm desperately hoping that you get the exact same attack.
I got a 13.
So that is not, but what happens is, it's not the same number. What happens is the like root does rise up and strike out at you, and you like turn in such a way that something you're carrying or your armor or whatever slices through the root, and it breaks off because I rolled a 1.
I will absolutely quickly grab my little professional toolkit sometimes. Grab that piece. Yep, mine. Stuff it inside a little container. Yeah, so I'm sorry, should I roll damage to shoot this thing? To get rid of it all the way?
So
No, you missed.
You missed.
Yeah.
It counterattacked.
Oh.
It rolled a
Got
critical
it.
fumble, and now we're going back to the top of the turn. The one in the back is going to take a swing at.
Wait, I don't think I went. Wait, did I go?
No, you're right, Winona.
Okay, cool. Yay.
Sorry, I scrolled up a little bit, and your name was not on the screen any longer.
It's fine. I'm gonna go for the same one, the one that's still here. So let's roll.
I rolled over a
So
6 this time.
that wasn't good. I got a 6, so 6 plus 6 is 12.
A 12. Not enough. It's just swaying enough that you have a hard time timing it, and as you fire, it misses.
Okay, I'm gonna do my second attack.
Sure.
I'm gonna add my luck points, all of them, because I never use them. So that's dang, that's so that's a 9 plus 6. 9. 15.
Yep, that hits.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Cool. Beans. Gotta keep beans. That's an 8.
Perfect.
Is
That
it
one vaporizes, like there's still a piece of it there as it kind of shudders. You think maybe it'll stay up, and then it just falls over and stops moving.
fantastic? This is what I like to see.
Blurp. Get rid of that one. All right, that one in the back is going to take its roots and try and whip them at, I believe that's Winona. So go ahead and roll your defense.
Yep. Sweet. Ooh, that's a 10 plus 9, so 19.
I beat you by 1.
Darn it. Okay.
Oh, I lost my die. Hang on. Where are you? There you are. And you're going to take 1 point of damage.
Great. Because I don't have a lot of health at hit points, I'll tell you what. So that's fantastic.
All right, what? So Shan is back up. Bruno and Shan are standing next to you. There's 3 that are still up. What? You feel a rumbling in the ground. What would you like to do?
What is going to pick Shan up and carry them fleeing the scene?
Okay. Are you heading off towards the center of town? Are you heading back where you came from?
I'm going this direction.
Okay.
Northwest from as the cardinal direction on this map.
So Yellow Jacket, you see what? Pick up Shan and hightail it towards the center of town. What would you like to do?
I'm assuming I don't need to do any kind of roll or anything like that. Yeah.
Unless Shan wants to resist.
No, I'm happy about this. Woo!
Okay. Yellow Jacket, what would you like to do?
Casper?
Casper, are you there?
Oh, I think
Yeah.
Casper's battery.
Oh.
There they are.
There we go.
There it is.
Yay!
Sorry, I was talking. Has anybody shot at this one that I'm making Dancy Dance?
I believe all of them have been damaged. Actually, just the one in the back.
The one that's out of the way.
Yeah, this one back
Yeah.
here is the only one that hasn't been damaged, but the rest have.
Cool. I don't care about that one. I'm gonna shoot this one because, like, it could stop the metal man from carrying the 3-armed lady out.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha.
yeah. I'm gonna shoot one here. Please work. What's 14 plus 7?
21.
21.
Oh shit! I get a luck point
You
back.
do.
Yeah.
However, I beat you. I rolled a nat 20.
That's fine. I got a luck point back.
That's true. And you have another shot.
Yes, I do. So roll another nat 20. I dare you.
I won't.
Oh, good, because I gotta.
So I unfortunately feel compelled to point this out. A nat 20 on a defense roll also provides a counterattack.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh. Thanks, Miko. Go ahead and roll your defense there, Yellow Jacket.
That's fine. I built this dude for defense. Where
My
Is
dice
it,
did
though?
not do anything for me tonight, so.
defense is just the D20 plus whatever my defense rating is.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so what's 13 plus 7?
That's enough.
20.
That's 13 more than what I got. It's
Ha.
what you get. All right. And then your second attack was.
Yeah, hang on. Because I just rolled a D20, so I was like, ah. Oh, 18 plus 4.
Yep. I rolled a 3 on that one.
Yeah, I told you so. And then D8. Well, that's not nice. I was too cocky. I got a 1.
A leaf evaporates in the wind.
Rude.
All right. Anything else?
No, because I only have 2 shots, so.
Okay. Are you
that's
staying
it.
where you are?
Yeah, this hasn't done me wrong yet, so.
Okay. Bruno.
All right, I think seeing Shan being taken care of, Bruno's going to turn his attention back to the plant he was fighting
Sure.
earlier and take some more swings at it.
Make it so.
First attack comes out to a dirty 20.
I forgot I have to roll things. Oh, man. I rolled a nat 1.
All right.
I
get
swear.
wrecked
All right.
For
Let's just move these away.
6 points of damage.
Okay.
And if it's still
On
up,
the plus
I'm gonna...
side, Jeremy, there does not appear to be any critical failed defense roll that I can find. Oh wait, no, there is one. There is one.
Don't they take like a strike rating if?
Yes, they are knocked. They are knocked to the ground, and their armor takes a strike if they have armor.
Okay.
So.
It's really hard to knock this thing to the ground considering it's like a plant, but you did a sound thing on it. What's your second attack?
Second attack is a 22.
If I hadn't just lost a point of armor, I would have beat that. But instead, actually, I would have met it, and so I would have counter-striked you. But instead, roll your damage.
Well, armor just reduces damage. Armor is not applied to defense rating.
Oh, sorry.
Well, actually, no. It depends. It depends on the type of armor. There is some armor that will add to your defense rating, and then there is some armor that will reduce the damage. It depends on what the.
Yeah, I guess this technically this is a not an armor that gets reduced. If I'm reading this correctly.
I don't know. I'm like, what damage can you do?
So it will try and attack you back. Go ahead and roll your defense.
Counter-strike. Sorry, that's what Dungeon Teller said.
13 for my defense.
13 will make it. Was that your second attack?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
The first one, well, yeah, the first one knocked it down, and the second one I got counterattacked.
Yeah.
So that's my turn.
Okay. That brings us to Shan. Shan, you're being carried away. Is there anything you want to do?
If I had an iPad, I'd be doing some games. I'd just kick my feet. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Just throw your third arm
Thanks.
around what's shoulders. Perfect.
Take a nap. Thank you.
No, thanks for getting me out of there. I was really trying to look cool and everything, but I was really struggling.
Yeah, I was getting hurt real bad.
Aurora.
That is so funny, this shit. The iPad has me dead. I'm gonna go for this one that Bruno was chipping away at. And I'm gonna move to like over here. Yeah, they quickly rush over there. And what does this? Not a D20. Whoops. Oh my god, so many windows, y'all.
Yeah, I feel that.
So, I rolled a non-nat 20.
Nice. I got a 9. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Beautiful. 9 damage.
Excellent.
I'm gonna be shooting at the roots again.
Do you have another attack, or is that...
I don't.
Okay.
That's it for little old me.
That's right. That was a heck of a shot. Excuse me. That should bring us to...
Oh wait, actually, I'm sorry. I will start running in the direction that what?
Thank you. I'm glad someone did it.
They're
Yeah,
taking him
I'll
out!
actually-
For the love of...
I assume I
Pete.
wasn't the only one that felt the ground tremor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to do the same thing. I was like,
Aurora's like,
go.
we're leaving.
Winona.
As they run over.
No one told Yellow Jacket he's gonna be stubborn.
Right?
No,
When-
Aurora yelled that out.
Yeah,
Bring
now,
your ass.
now you said it.
All right, Winona, what do you do?
I don't know how movement works, but Winona is gonna be like, let's go, please get out.
Okay.
And gonna move as well. And is also wait, movement is separate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I'm worried about these plant thingies, Winona is going to shoot them as she is going backwards.
Okay. Yeah. Which one do you want to shoot?
Winona's gonna aim for which one hasn't been shot again?
The one that's way in the back that hasn't really been
Okay,
able
cool.
to
Yeah, who
reach.
cares about that guy?
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot this one next to Bruno.
Okay.
And I am going to roll my attack. That's a 12 plus 6.
That hits.
18. Okay, perfect. So if I roll my d12, oh, that sucks. That's a 1. So we're gonna do second attack. Beep.
You say you did 1 damage?
Yeah, I did 1 damage. So second attack is what is this? That's a 9 plus 3, so 12. So I don't know if that.
You beat me by 1.
Ah, yes. Okay. And I'm rolling a lot of 8s today. I rolled another 8.
8 damage?
Yeah.
Bruno, that one explodes in front of you.
Oh, sorry, Bruno. Just wipe that off your face.
So as the way is largely open... That's weird, I can't click on... the things anymore. That's okay. As that one explodes and the way is largely open, is everyone heading away?
I mean, wait, is there, yeah, the way is clear?
Yeah, for the most part. There's like one that's kind of off to your left. That's...
Is it this one?
No.
Is it this one?
Yep.
I'm gonna finish my business. I was shooting at that one earlier. I want to shoot it.
Okay. So as you finish that one off, there's a rumbling in the ground, and everyone kind of starts hightailing it further into the city. Those of you who glance back notice like crevices open up in the ground, and pale green worms crawl out and kind of rise up and then go chomping back down into the ground on top of what's left of these plants and burrow deeper into the ground. And with that, as you head deeper into what you think is the city of Ammiya, we're going to call it for tonight.
Okay.
So that looks like either we end with you all heading off into Ammiya, or we come back on June 9th.
Well, I guess we know what that means.
All right. The world will never know what happened. No, just kidding. We'll see you on June 9th. Awesome. Thanks, everybody, for playing tonight. It was great to see everybody. Why don't we do a round of outros before we let everyone go off and head to bed and get their rests? Let's start with Ed. Tell us about yourself and who you played and whatever else.
Hey, yeah, my name is Ed. This evening I played Bruno, the shish kebab wielding Ekavir. I have so much fun playing this game with y'all. I love the setting. I love all of y'all. It's a great time. You can mostly find me here at Wanderer's Haven. I'm occasionally over on twitch.tv, doing a variety of stuff there at Neuromaster. But most of the time I'm right here having fun with these lovely folks. So it's been great.
And me.
Jeremy. Come on, Jeremy.
Who'd you like
You know I
popcorn
love
off?
you most of all.
Oh.
Casper, what's up?
Ocio, my name is Casper the MB Ghost. You can find me haunting the internet wherever they foolishly let me in. I am here at Wanderer's Haven on Mondays, where I was with this thing. And on every other Tuesday or the third and last Tuesday of every month, I am at High XP Society, doing Triangle Agency, where I play Tempest. Yeah, it's so fun. I love that game. Highly recommend it for anybody.
Nice.
If you can't find me on any of the channels, you can follow me on my socials at Casper DA and B Ghost, or Casper Danby Ghost. It's all the same thing because it's all one word. Anyway, yeah, I got stuff brewing,
Aren't
but you'll
you
find out about
in?
that later.
Aren't
Huh?
you in the Thirsty Sword Lesbians game on Saturday?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Nice.
But I've also got a con this weekend, so my brain's kind of like fried. I'm doing
It's
a
gonna
lot
be
of
awesome.
it. But yeah. Kay, what are you up to?
Oh my gosh, hi. Thank you. I'm Kate. We're Kate and Cosmos. I do Wednesdays, most Wednesdays, I do Ystera, The Far Horizon on Folk and Myth with Miko. I'm doing the Thirsty Sword Lesbians here on Wanderer's Haven on May 24th. I'm also starting my trivia back up. I've been on a bit of a hiatus, but yeah, I'm very excited. I like being here. I played Shan today, Big Green, and hurt, but absconding. Thrilled. Let's go with Brie. Thank you.
Hi, it's me, Brie. You can find me on the internet as brennanicki, bizzy-brie, or just Brie. And if you want to know what I'm doing, you can check out my website, bizzy-brie.love, which I made. I just be all over the internet. You will catch me here on June 9th and other places. And if you can't find me in any of those places, you can find me walking your dog, petting your cat. You don't have a dog, you don't have a cat, now you do. There are animals in your home and me. So have fun with that. Good luck. That's it.
Nice.
Bye.
Who are you sending it off to?
Let's go with. Wait, has Miko gone yet? It's
I
Miko.
don't think so.
Oh, hi there. Thank you so much. My name is Miko, otherwise known as the OKSGM. I am one half of the founding duo over at Folk and Myth, where we do all kinds of actual play stuff, including the aforementioned Wednesday night Dungeons and Dragons game set in my own homebrew world of Ystera. We are picking that up in a couple of days. I believe that Kay, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the crew of adventurers are having some difficulty with some crazy cultish stuff going on. So hopefully we get to learn more about all of that awesomeness. We also do a lot of World of Darkness, Vampire the Masquerade type of games over there, along with other just random things, whatever we want to do. You can check out more of that over on the Folk and Myth Twitch channel. Or you can check out all of the other cool things that I'm up to on my website, theoksgm.com. And yeah, thanks, Jeremy. I enjoy getting to play every now and then, and I'm glad that the scheduling worked out for me to be part of this game.
Me as well.
So thank you much for that.
And yes.
Yes. Casper.
Huh?
Who
I
is you?
went. Hi, everybody. I'm Casper DMD
All
Ghost.
right, you did go. Sorry. I'm sorry.
You're so fine.
Was I last
There's so
again?
many.
I
think
always
did
get
Bluu
last.
go?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, Bluu went. There we go.
Hi, I'm Bluu. I had a great time playing Aurora tonight. Who's always trying to just fucking touch stuff. What's up with that? Anyway, you can find me online as King V and as King with a Y, or anywhere Body Bards is. We actually have a lot of Pride celebrations coming up. We have 2 productions dropping. We got a little stew pot going and
Nice.
a game called Chasing Caspian, which is a very noir kind of moment. And I think you guys will really, really enjoy it. And we have a really dope ass panel. It's going to be Body Bard's first panel that we'll be hosting. So yeah, we have some fun stuff. So please be on the lookout for that. If you haven't played Intergalactic Teas yet, maybe you should. It's in the Griot anthologies. So, look that up on itch.io. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Nice. Thank you all so much. I appreciate that you have stuck with this despite rescheduling and all the things, and that we're going to get to finish this up on June 9th. So if you're watching right now, come back June 9th as we wrap this adventure up. There's so much to this world that I was just like trying to oh, this would be cool to put in y'all, and this would be fun, and this is cool. So just trying to whittle things down for this to all, one, tell a cohesive story, and 2, be fun was kind of a challenge in itself. There's just so much fun stuff. So if you didn't know, we just played Arrhenius. It's a futuristic Ice Age game set 100,000 years in the future. Head over to the drive-through and links that are in the chat, and you can check it out there. And also on Saturday at 2 p.m. we have a Thirsty Sword Lesbians. It's the last fundraising episode of the month for Mental Health Awareness Month. We are $65 away from beating or making our goal for the month. So that is, I'll be honest, it's an awesome feeling. I'm super stoked. And I can't wait to see how that all goes on Saturday with GM Chaz. We're going to raid out, so please hang out while we do so, and we will see you next time. Have a good night, everybody.
Congratulations, Jeremy, for finally getting us in an encounter.
I was just going to say that.
For what?
For finally getting us in an encounter.
Yeah.
I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Congrats on meeting your follower goal.
Bye.
On Twitch, too.
Thanks.
Woo!
Bye, everybody.